What's up, Unstoppable Squad? Today we have another WWE Monday Night Raw results. We're under red lights. I'm Unstoppable Denominator. It's Monday night, and you know what that means. WWE Raw will go down tonight, and the Unstoppable Wrestling news and results has got you covered with live play-by-play results coverage. WWE Raw will start this week at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, as always. Match-by-match highlights and results from this show will take place on this very channel. Feel free to leave your comments below how you felt of Monday Night Raw. Tonight promises another exciting night of action as Becky Lynch finally gets her rematch against Trish Stratus. We'll also hear from Shinsuke Nakamura regarding why he attacked Seth Rollins last week. The update match card is as follows. Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. We'll hear from Shinsuke Nakamura. And your Raw opener, the opening package for the show airs. Next, we have the Judgment Day's music plays and they come out to the ring. Rhea Ripley says that they run Raw. She says things haven't been going their way lately. Of course it hasn't been, because it seems like Finn Balor keeps on losing. I'll get back to that in a bit once we get to that point. Damian says Finn should have walked out world champion and they should have won their match last week. Well, let's see. If you didn't screw Finn Balor over at SummerSlam there, Damian, he would have won. He says communication has been an issue, but as long as he is Mr. Money in the Bank, he will dedicate what goes on here. Yeah, I feel like Damian Priest is gonna turn babyface. So, yeah. Priest says Balor will dominate Cody Rhodes. No, he won't. He reassures that they are not breaking up. Yeah, we'll see about that. But he says Balor should be here. Rhea tries to calm him down. Priest asks where is Balor? JD McDonough music plays and he comes out. Priest warns him about what he is going to say. JD says he doesn't want to disrespect Judgment Day. He says he has a message from Balor. He says Finn asked him to tell them not to worry about his friendship with Balor, but to focus on Cody and Sami. He says he took out Sami, but he is still medically cleared. Rhea Ripley says they don't take orders from anyone. Dominic talks, but his voice is drowned out by the boos. Dominic asks JD to head to the back, where you can barely hear him speak, but because the crowd is drowning him with boos. JD says he was just delivering a message. Rhea Ripley asks JD to tell Balor that they need to talk. Sami Zayn's music plays as he walks out and brawls with JD McDonough. JD attacks the injured arm of Sami Zayn and sends him into the post. We go to commercial break. JD McDonough versus Sami Zayn. The match begins as Sami attacks JD. Sami with a backdrop. JD rolls out of the ring and runs around the ring before getting back into the ring. JD targets the arm of Zayn. JD goes to work on Sami Zayn. He removes the protective covering on the elbow. Sami sends JD over the top rope. He hits JD with a clothesline. JD targets the arm again. We go to commercial break. We come back from commercial break. Sami goes for a dive, but JD catches him with a drop kick. Cover 1, 2, Noah kick out. Sami comes back with a clothesline. He hits the Muchinuka driver on JD. Cover 1, 2, no, a kick out. JD hits a Spanish fly on Sammy. Cover 1, 2, no, a kick out. JD transitions it into a crossface. Sammy gets to the top rope. JD kicks Sammy multiple times, but he comes back with an exploder suplex. Finn Balor comes out and runs to the ring, but stops. JD rolls up Sammy, but he kicks out. JD with an headbutt. JD goes for a moonsault, but Sammy gets his boots up. Finn tries to distract Sammy, but he is knocked down. Sammy hits the haluva kick for the win. Your winner, Sami Zayn. Next, we have backstage, Chelsea Green is backstage with Pierce, who tells her Sonya is out for several months, but is stopped by Green, who says she has worked so hard for these titles, then just to throw it all away. She threatens to call Human Resources. Pierce asks her for some ideas regarding what she would do. Green says she will hold an audition for her partner, like she was doing on TikTok, on social media. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter walk in and says she will challenge for the titles when she finds a partner. Piper Nevins attacks her and says she is Green's new partner, and they leave. And pretty much, Chelsea Green was like, I'm trying to hold a audition to be tag team, but Piper's like, no, I'm your partner. Imperium's music plays, and they come out to the ring. We go to commercial break. Byron interviews Cody, who says he admires Finn Balor, who has been a leader everywhere he has gone. He says he is not the only leader in Judgment Day, though. There is Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. He says, well, what about Dirty Dom? He ain't no leader, I'm sorry to say. He says he will be ready for Finn Balor, and he will get ready for the Judgment Day. Gunther gets in on the announcer's desk and says he has arrived in Winnipeg. He then insults the audience. He then said he was impressed with Gable's victory last week and calls him the best athlete in the company. But he has achieved more in 1 year than Gable has achieved in his career. He's got a point. Chad Gable comes out and shushes Gunther. He says Gunther said he couldn't last 5 minutes with him, but he did. He says now Gunther is just a few days away from becoming longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, but he is in the way. He then asked Giovanni or Vinci to get his in this ring and get a few lessons from him. Logic Cashier says Vinci belongs to the cream, de la cream, that WWE has to offer, and he will prove that tonight when he embarrasses him just like he did to Otis. Cashier says that Maxine will understand that she will surround herself with European elegance. He calls the Alpha Academy a sinking ship, but is reaching out his hands to her. He says she can take it and save her, or Otis will drag her down. Maxine slaps him. We go to commercial break. We have Chad Gable versus Giovanni Vinci. The match begins and Gable takes down Vinci. Vinci slams Gable to the mat. He attacks him in the corner. Vinci with a back suplex. Cover 1, 2, no, a kick out. Vinci with the clothesline to the back of Gable's head. Cover 1, 2, no, a kick out. Vinci attacks Gable in the corner. Gable comes back with a German suplex. Gable with a running neck breaker. He goes for a moonsault, misses. Vinci hits a rolling senton and covers it. senton and follows it with a moonsault. Sorry. Cover. 1, 2, no, a kick out. Gable hits a chaos theory for the win. Your winner, Chad Gable. Gunther gets on the mic and says, "This is not how it ends." He calls Otis the armpit of humankind. He challenges Otis to a match right now. Commercial break. We come back. We have Gunther versus Otis. The match begins and Gunther attacks Otis. He hits Otis with a big boot. Otis tries to fight back against Gunther, but is stopped. Otis fights back against Gunther and knocks him down with a back elbow. Both men exchange strikes. Otis with a follow-away slam. He goes for the caterpillar, but it is stopped by Gunther. Gunther hits a powerbomb for the win. Your winner, Gunther. Gable with a German suplex to Gunther after the match. The Judgment Day is backstage and asks for an explanation. Butler asks him to relax. Rhea says they are the most dominant faction in WWE, but no one is afraid about them because they are not on the same page. JD enters and Priest asks him to stay away. Butler says tonight they have an opportunity to show what they are capable of. Yeah, okay. Commercial break. We come back. Jackie interviews Drew McIntyre, but Matt Riddle interrupts and says he is there to pick him up. Excuse me. He says he accepted Viking Raiders' challenge to a match and offers him the chance to team up. Drew says he will consider it if he can't find a tag team partner. We have Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle versus the Viking Raiders. Matt Riddle's music hits and he walks out to the ring. Commercial break. We come back. Viking Raiders music plays and they come out to the ring. Drew McIntyre's theme song plays and he walks to the ring. The match starts with Ivar and Riddle. Ivar knocks down Riddle and tags out. Eric attacks Riddle in the corner. Riddle comes back with an exploder suplex on Eric, who rolls out of the ring. The Viking Raiders attack Riddle. Commercial break. We come back from commercial break as Eric slams Riddle to the mat. He tags out and Ivar attacks him in the corner. Eric tags in and attacks Riddle. Riddle suplexes Eric and he tags out. Drew knocks down Ivar. He hits him with a clothesline and follows it with a neckbreaker. He hits Michinoku driver on Ivar and sends him out of the ring. He brings Eric into the ring. Drew tags out and Viking Raiders double team Riddle. Cover 1, 2, no, a kick out. Riddle with a flash knee. Drew tags in and headbutts Ivar. Riddle sends Eric out of the ring. I wish these wrestlers would understand the headbutts will cause a concussion and not just that, and brain damage. Just remember what happened to, what's his name? Chris Benoit. Riddle sends Eric out of the ring and hits a floating bro. McIntyre hits Eric with a Claymore for the win. We have your winner, Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle. Indy and Candice are backstage. Raquel walks in and says she is ready to rip Rhea apart, but she is not cleared. She asks Indy to show the WWE Universe what she is capable of. What do you mean, capable of? She sucks. I'm sorry to say. She ain't gonna beat Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's music plays, and she walks to the ring. Commercial break. We come back as Drew and Riddle are walking backstage. Drew tells him to pump the brakes. Riddle tells him they are going to win the tag team champions. The New Day walks and says, today is Kofi's birthday. Well, happy birthday, Kofi. And they are talking about winning the tag titles. Riddle asks what he wants. Kofi says he can't demand a title match after winning one match. He challenges Riddle and Drew to a match next week on Raw. Riddle accepts their challenge. Kofi says they messed up before walking away. And plus, not just that, hold on. They were holding, the New Day was pretty much holding steel chairs. What is up next with the New Day? They won titles after titles, just like the Usos. It's time for them to split up too. But apparently, I think Kofi said in an interview that if they broke up, he would retire. Indy Hartwell's music plays and she walks to the ring. The match begins and Rhea Ripley attacks Indy in a corner. She tosses Indy around the ring. Indy comes back with a spinebuster. Rhea rolls out of the ring. Rhea drives Indy into the post. Rhea attacks Candice LeRae with Rhea Ripley with a headbutt, and she follows it with a riptide for the win. Rhea Ripley is your winner. Candice LeRae attacks Rhea Ripley, and Indy Hartwell slams Rhea. They leave the ring as Dominic enters. Shinsuke Nakamura's music plays, and he walks to the ring. We come to commercial break. We come back as Finn Balor is shown warming up backstage. Nakamura is in the ring, and he is interviewed by Michael Cole. Cole asks about last week. Nakamura says something in Japanese that I could not understand what he was saying. He says he wants the world title. Cole asks if he needed to kick him in the head. Nakamura says something else in Japanese again that I couldn't understand. Some people do, and when I was watching their reaction, I was like, how do they know what he's saying? I can't understand what he's saying. They're like, yep, makes sense. And yep. It's like, how do you know what he says? Can you translate it for us? It's like Mr. Santi Zap and Heel Josh on TikTok. It's like, can you translate what he's saying? If you understand what he's saying, because we don't. He says he will win the world title. Seth Rollins' music plays, and he walks out. Seth tells Cole that he will take it from here. He says Nakamura played it to a perfection last week. He says Nakamura is not telling them the entire truth because he is not hard to find. Rollins says he has been here every week with his world title. He says he is a hard-fighting champion, and Nakamura had to do was ask. But he didn't ask and kicked him in the face instead. Rollins says he is more concerned with how he can get even now. He then says he has a surprise for Nakamura and says the best way for him to get what he wants is to give Nakamura what he wants, and he accepts his challenge. Rollins says he and Nakamura will face each other for the world title. Rollins suggests that they shake hands and Nakamura can get out of the ring. They both shake hands and Nakamura whispered something in his ear which seems to have troubled Rollins. Made Rollins be concerned. Nakamura hits Rollins with a Kinshasa. Byron interviews The Miz, who says he showed he was better than LA Knight on the mic. He says Knight doesn't deserve to shake his hand. He then says next week on Raw, he will beat someone more dominant than Knight he has ever faced. The Miz also teases appearing on SmackDown. We might see him on SmackDown. So we have Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. Trish's music hits and she walks to the ring. We go commercial break. Becky Lynch's music plays as we come back and she walks to the ring. The match starts and both women brawl in the ring. Lynch attacked her in the corner. Trish with a headbutt to Lynch. Trish attacks her in the corner. Lynch comes back with a exploder suplex, setting Trish out of the ring. Lynch with a baseball drop kick. Lynch sends Trish back into the ring, but Trish rolls out of the ring and attacks Lynch, who chases her. Lynch slams Trish's face in the apron and sends her into the ring. She kicks Trish's protective face covering off, but she puts it back on and then throws her off the top rope. Trish sends Lynch into the steel steps. Trish removes her protective face cover and tries to use it as a weapon, but she is caught by Lynch. Trish sends her into the turnbuckles. We go to commercial break. We come back. Becky knocks down Trish a couple of times. Lynch is with a leg drop on Trish. Trish spears Lynch. Cover 1, 2, no, a kick out. Trish goes for a tornado DDT, but is stopped and set up on the top rope. Lynch hits a superplex. Cover 1, 2, no, a kick out. Trish rolls out of the ring, but Lynch catches. Trish sends her over the barricade, and they brawl as the referee counts them out. Winner, double count out. Boo. We just wanted this to end. Seriously. Both of them continue to brawl up the stairs. They brawl into the concourse area. Trish slams Becky's face onto the table. Zoe Starks attacks her from behind. Lynch fights back, but Trish hits the chick kick. We go to commercial break. We have Imperium are backstage. Gunther says he has heard enough and says tonight was an embarrassment. He says Vinci has been disappointing while Kaiser neglects his responsibilities because of Maxine. Kaiser apologizes and says he will make this right. Gunther says he will go to Pierce to sort this out. He says Gable will have to take his title off him next week if he wants it. Pierce talks to Trish and Stark next week. He says they will do another match, and it will be a steel cage match. I have a feeling Lita might be coming back. Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor. Cody Rhodes music plays and he walks to the ring. Commercial break. We come back. Finn Balor music plays and he walks to the ring. The match starts and Balor hits a hip toss. Balor goes to work on Rhodes. Cody comes back with a side Russian leg sweep. Cover 1, no, a kick out. Balor with a basement drop kick. Balor attacks Cody in the corner. Balor goes back to the work on Cody. Cody takes down Balor but is pushed out of the ring. Dominic comes running to the ring and causes a distraction, allowing Balor to take advantage. Commercial break. Balor attacks Cody and goes back to work on him. Cody fights back for a while but is stopped by Balor. Cody knocks down Balor and follows it with a power slam. He then hits a disaster kick. Damian Priest also comes back down to the ring. Balor hits the sling blade on Cody Rhodes. He then hits a reverse DDT. Cover 1, 2, no, a kick out. Balor with a shotgun drop kick. He climbs to the top rope and goes for the Copia de Gras, but he misses. Cody hits the Cody Cutter. Balor rolls out of the ring. Priest grabs Rhodes' legs. Cody sends Balor outside and hits a suicide dive onto Priest and Balor. Rhea distracts the referee and Dominic trips Cody onto the top rope. Balor with a superplex. Cover 1, 2, no, a kick out. Dominic passes a chair into the ring, but the referee catches it. Rhea distracts the referee and Damian Priest passes the briefcase and Balor misses it. Rhodes hits him with the briefcase and hits the crossroads for the win. Cody Rhodes is your winner. After the match, Priest and Dominic attack Cody. Sami Zayn comes out and attacks them with a steel chair. JD McDonagh attacks Sami from behind. They attack Sami. Cody tries to intervene, but Priest hits the south of Haven, and Balor hits a copia de grace. They send Sami out of the ring. Balor stomps Sami with a copia de grace. Priest hits a razor edge on Sami through the table. Balor hits another copia de grace on Cody. This ends our live coverage of Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with NXT tomorrow morning. I'm unstoppable, and I'm out.
Hey, everybody. It's your boy Skiz here. And if you don't subscribe to Blonde and the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy-ass bitch motherfucker.